So if we want to find where is our soul, one of these methods of the soul are applied. The most useful method is the method of love. That is why some people say God is love, the creative power is love. They give big importance to love. So, how does love function to take us beyond the mind? It has to be a love coming from beyond the mind to draw us there. Love pulls us. Even in the three levels of creation, love pulls us. When we are in love, we want to be close to where the love is coming from. The beloved is drawn to the lover is drawn to the beloved. This attraction, this pull that comes from love also comes from beyond the mind. It comes only if we have something pulling us from beyond the mind. Now, what is that which is beyond the mind? All we know is our soul. Can the soul pull our attention, pull ourselves more than the attention of the mind into itself? It possibly can. But we do not know what our soul is. Is there a method for doing it? No method, because all methods are mental. All methods we design are made by the mind. So without a method, how does the soul pull ourselves back to itself? So the secret is given to us by these perfect living masters who operate from beyond the mind. They tell us that when we were souls before creation, and we decided to have these experiences of different coverings upon ourselves as tools for experience, we designed the method of the soul pulling us up before even creation started. And the method was that as all creation in the lower planes is an extension of consciousness, we will place in consciousness an experience generated at the physical level, which will look like we are now meeting somebody outside, of course being created by the consciousness of the seeker, who looks like an individual like ourselves, but apparently represents our soul. And we call that human being a perfect living master. Very few people will appreciate that the perfect living master is an extension of our own self and has just appeared in our life so that from the appearance we can do something in life that enables the soul to pull itself. The method is simple. The extension of the soul as a perfect living master gives us an experience of love for that master and love of the master for us. It gives us a pull toward that master. It's a human being. We think it's a separate human being, an individual separated from us, because we have no knowledge that it's our own arrangement that we had to show our soul outside of ourselves to experience one of the soul's functions of love. But the experience does take place, and we are pulled by the love, sometimes without explanation, sometimes against the mind's reasoning. And we know that this is something different. But what do these perfect living masters tell us? If they are part of the rest of the creation being run by a law we call the law of cause and effect, the law of karma, then the perfect living masters will say, come to us and we'll show you something outside. But perfect living masters who are representing our own self do not say that. They say, go within yourself. When they insist on our going within ourselves and we go within, what do we find? Because of our memories of what we've seen outside, because of our imagination, we begin to see the same masters inside. We remember them, and suddenly they become alive inside, and we think that we are imagining things. But when they start saying things we are not imagining, we realize they are more real inside than they were outside. Very big change in our perspective. When we begin to talk to them inside in the astral plane, what do they say there? They don't say, let's fly and enjoy this life. They say, if you want to enjoy, you can, like you enjoyed the physical world, physical experience, go within yourself. And when we do that and are able to practice the deeper type of meditation with the inner self, and we reach the causal plane, what do we find? We find our formless form and the formless form of the same master, who we saw in the astral plane, who we saw in the physical plane. It's amazing that they are leading us to our own self. And therefore, when we are in the causal plane, we feel a pull within ourselves, not with meditation, but with experience of love. That experience of love is coming from our soul. We only discover that the master and our soul were the same when the love pulls us beyond the mind without effort, without doing anything except experience of love.